Hello friends. Already oil prices increased by more than 30%, but recently USA and UK also imposed ban of importing oil from Russia that is going to increase the oil price further. It reached a record level of around $130. So that means that the oil prices in India is going to be hiked by more than 10 rupees or 50 rupees in the coming weeks. Uh, well, in 2019, when USA imposed a ban on imports from Iran, India entered into a trade agreement with Iran that is in, that they carried out trade in their own currencies like rupee real agreement. So similarly, India also can enter into agreement with Russia for ruble rupee trade agreement for importing oil at a discounted price. So there is an opportunity, and also this time of Russia-Ukraine war, the Indian oil companies are already seeking for a joint venture with Russian sectors for investing in Russian oil energy field, but that was disrupted because of this Russia-Ukraine war. So last year, India imported on 43,400 barrels of oil from Russia. It was not much. That is around 1% of India's total oil import. So India is a worldwide third largest oil importer. So the Russian-Ukraine war also affected the supply chains, various supply chains like semiconductor production is also difficult because Russia is a major source of palladium, rare mineral, and also Ukraine produces a lot of neon. Palladium and neon are essential for semiconductor construction. So because of that, it was disrupted. And Russia also a major source of fertilizer all over the world. It produces a lot of nitrogen and potash fertilizers, and that was also disrupted because of this war. And already the COVID pandemic has increased the level of hunger and famine situation in the world. But this war has further aggravated the hunger crisis, and because of the food prices, there is a boom in the food commodities, and the food prices are, for example, wheat prices has already increased by more than 50% in the international market. So that because Russia and Ukraine export a lot of wheat that accounts around one-fourth of the total exports in the international trade. That means it exports around 25%. So that was disrupted. Many countries has stopped exporting wheat because to meet its internal demand. For example, Ukraine stopped its export. But this was taken as an opportunity for India. So many Indian traders made agreement to export more around 5 lakh wheat. They signed into agreement. So along with commodities, the major raw materials like steel, nickel, and many things are the prices of also surging. So overall, it is going to further hike the WPI levels. So the palm oil price also increased, and the price of sunflower oil also increased by more than 10%. So of the total import, sunflower oil import, 60 and 65% is consumed by South India. So because of this, the consumption was affected, and sunflower oil consumption in South India was restricted. So many milk-based products, the prices are raised. For example, Amul, Mother's Dairy, Arvin increased their prices of milk products. So then, because of the COVID pandemic, many MSMEs has closed down because of the prices. Around 54 lakh MSMEs are closed down. Totally overall 6 crore MSMEs are operating in India, but around 54 lakhs are closed. MSMEs are closed. So in order for them to bring them into operation again, the MSME unions they are demanding a special fund from the center, like Tanzania. They are asking for special funds from the center. So the already in the budget only a small amount of 50,000 crore has been allocated to the MSME sector. So last year for education, less amount is allocated for education. That was around 90,224 crores. Office only 56,567 crore is spent. Around more than 36,000 is not spent. Since 2004-2005, the central government is also collecting funds in the name of education cess, but it has not increased the allocation for education accordingly. So that is a very disturbing thing. The LIC IPO is postponed because of that. The center to meet its fiscal deficit target, it has asked all the ministries, finance ministry asked all the ministries to surrender their savings by 21 March, and it also announced that it's going to keenly invest on the center's revenue and spending. That means it might reduce its spending this month, and the borrowing cost of state governments has increased by around 0.19%. The state development loans, the interest has hiked by 0.19%. It may be remain in the level of 7.2 to 7.4% till this because of this war impact and volatility in the market. There is a recent cabinet approval for to fix royalty rates for minor minerals. So that means the royalty, the state governments can collect raw materials for mining minor minerals from the mining companies in the coming days. So the large central public sector entities, their capital expenditure reached about 80% of the allocation in January. So the non-food bank credit growth is slowed to 8.3% in January, which is lower by 1% compared to last month. The center has announced last year announced a national monetization plan to raise funds by leasing out the assets of the center, like railway sector and the highways and power sectors, the assets of all these ministries. So it is going to collect around 88,200 crores in this fiscal year, and that target will be doubled in the next year. So recently our finance minister announced that she is going to further extend the GST compensation period until 2026, but her statement is not very clear. What she said was like she is going only to give the due GST compensation due with the compounded interest in the coming years. But she did not say like she's going to extend the actual GST compensation for the coming years. So that is not clear. She said like as if she's going to only to give only the arrears to the states. It's not clear, very clear. And in the next GST council, it's been said that overall there's a four kind of GST rates are there: 5%, 8%, 18%, 28%. It seems they are going to remove the 5% tax slab. That means they are going to increase the tax level from 5% to 8%. They are also going to remove tax exemption of many materials. That means they are going to increase the tax base. We don't know exactly what's going to happen, how they are going to implement it. The FPI pullout has been increasing, and stock market that is good. And rupee level has fallen around to a low level of around 77 rupees against the dollar. Recently our Agri minister has said that around 80,000 crore has been collected for the Agri infrastructure cells which was implemented last year. He said like farmers can utilize the fund for getting credit, so that will be available in the Agri infra fund. So I see you on the next video. Thank you.